This is not a sponsored video. The majority of these were $19.99. Is this what short shorts do? Because baby, I've been missing out. Girl, look at this color on my skin tone. The way these are made for the girls with no torso. Like, yes, finally. Hi, it's me. I'm back again with another Amazon activewear review. I know I need to slow my roll, but it's the way that these brands are popping up. Like, this is not a sponsored video, mind you, but I have been in my shorts era. I don't know, because it's so hot here in the 90s, it's humid. I felt like my activewear was missing the bright, vibrant colors. I'm also a gym girl that loves options. I love variety. I've gotten over having to have name brand activewear and logos for the sake of just having that girl brand, like, oh, Alphalete, or oh, it's Honor, or oh, it's DFYNE. Baby, I want to have more for my money. So why did I go to Amazon? I got 8 pairs of the DFYNE Impact shorts on Amazon. Okay, guess how much? Guess how much? Well, basically, I ended up getting 8 pairs of Amazon DFYNE Impacts for the price of 3 DFYNE shorts. I just love options. I love variety. I love colors. I love waking up, looking at my activewear, thinking, what color should I wear today? And I didn't have to break the bank to do it. Okay, there's a coupon when I was checking out on some of these, and it was like 20% off. So I'm pretty sure a majority of these were $19.99. Which is such a steal. Honestly, that is such a good price point for seamless material like this. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, these shorts were made for the short torso girlies. Yes. The way that I don't have to fold this waistband was enough for me to go back on the website after trading in a pair and getting all the colors. So today I'm going to talk about size comparison. I did originally order a small and a medium to try out, and I have those clips to show you guys my preference and the fit of them if you are also in between. I'm like basically a medium, but I'm a small in the waist, medium in the thighs and the booty cheeks, and I prefer medium for the comfort of my thighs. I'll suffer for the looseness of the waistband, but I'm going to talk about the differences between the Amazon versus the DFYNE Impact. I think DFYNE is definitely popping up all over the place. For some reason, I've been seeing it more in my gym space, and I don't know if it's because I found these that now I'm like looking like, ooh, what are the girls wearing? But I saw this girl have the pink DFYNE shorts, and I was like, well, I have those from Amazon, so whatever. It's the same thing. These just don't have any logos on them, and I'm a type of girl, like, if I'm gonna get something that's like a look-alike, I would prefer it to not have a logo than like another person's logo that we know is obviously not the real thing, you know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that these don't have any branding, which makes me feel and believe that it is probably coming from the same manufacturer, and you know, they buy them in bulk and then they sell them and people buy them and they stamp their own logos on them. So I don't know, I don't have any DFYNE, but I do have some photos to compare from reviews, and to me they look the same, and they're only $20, so I said throw it in the bag, say less. And I just love all these colors. Oh my god, very similar in shades, and I'm gonna try these all on, and I'm gonna talk about sheerness, squat proofness, of course the size comparison between small and medium, so you could see how they look on the glutes. And I would say these are definitely mid-rise. For me, as someone with no torso, it comes up over my belly button to a place that is very comfortable. When I've watched reviews of other girls do the DFYNE Impact, I've seen a lot of the bands barely graze their belly buttons. I don't know their proportions, so every girl's gonna be different, but the way these are made for the girls with no torso, like, yes, finally, we have been seen, right? And I've also seen the DFYNE shorts and leggings gape horribly in the back. So these don't gape on me when I do a squat, like at the bottom of a squat, which I love. And I was so close to picking up DFYNE. I still might if you guys want me to review their leggings. I did order from them and I canceled it because I realized that they are not for the long leg girlies. They were giving capris, and that with the sheerness on the website, I was like, let me go to Amazon, and I found the shorts, and I'm not a shorts girl, but these, like, after I got 2 pair, I was convinced suddenly I'm a shorts girl. Anything below 5 inches to me is a short, okay? Because that fabric is going to be eaten up real quick by the thighs. So let me get a quick thumbnail and then I'm going to run through the colorways and all the details and compare the Amazon versus the DFYNE Impact. And this is the review that I'm probably the most excited for because I've been searching for an Amazon version of these and baby, they're here. Okay, I'm gonna link you guys below to the seller that I purchased these from because that's really all I can review is the seller that I have. I've seen a few pop up on Amazon. Some of them have logos, some don't. Again, personal preference. Some of them have more color options, but they have logos on them. I just prefer the unbranded if I'm gonna go for something like this. And they are on sale for now. I might do a video on like my Amazon must-haves for Prime Day. Spoiler alert. Go get every color for Amazon Prime Day, which is coming up on the 16th to the 17th, okay? So I want to touch on the material. I think that is what we probably want to know the most. And they do have like these really flimsy plastic tags. I kept them in for the sake of this video, but yes, I will be removing them. I've already washed these and the text is like kind of coming off. So, I mean, it's just a tag, right? So the makeup of the DFYNE Impact is a blend of 90% nylon and 10% spandex, whereas the Amazon, guys, 92% nylon and 8% spandex. Is it not the same? I don't care what your mama says. These are the same thing, okay? So same makeup, same material. The website on Amazon says that it has different things than the tag in here, so I don't know what's accurate, but the tag itself does say 90% polyamide, 10% elastane. Elastane, we've been over this before, is the same thing as spandex, just another name for it. And polyamide is also another variation of nylon. So in my opinion, it is the same makeup, just worded a little bit differently. So I wanted to touch on the material. If you've never tried DFYNE like myself and you want to know blind buy on Amazon, well, what does it actually feel like? Because I didn't know what these were going to feel like when I thought about DFYNE. If I had to describe it, to me, it feels like my Adapt Safari. I freaking love Adapt Safari from Gymshark. Unmatched. Okay, it feels like the thickness of this, so very durable. But it also feels like the stretchiness and the softness of an OG Honor Active Effortless. Like, think of the printed logo Effortless. If those things had a baby, it would feel just like this. These are so freaking stretchy and the thighs actually stretch. Now, these are a medium, right? So if in between they recommend to size up, they run tight if you want a comfortable fit, definitely recommend sizing up. I will go ahead and insert a size comparison on a size small, which is in the yellow, versus a size medium, which is in this beautiful like mint, ice mint color. And you guys will be able to see for yourselves the look mostly on the back, because the back is where it has this amazing butt lifting something. It's very subtle, it's very discreet, but I will talk about the features when we get back from the size comparison, okay? Don't mind my dog, he might start barking in like 2.5 seconds, but I am going to be exchanging this small for a medium because I really love this color, you guys. I'm really impressed with the sizing. So this is a small, I'm in between, so I didn't really know, being that these were low rise, I definitely wanted it to hit me above my belly button. It definitely is a shorter rise on the small, and I also grabbed my bigger size in a medium. 10 out of 10 recommend sizing up if you're in between. It's not as compressed on the waist as the small, but I certainly wouldn't want to squat in a small because the scrunch was really tight. I felt a lot of tension just standing up in them, but I am impressed that you get about an inch of a difference in the inseam length. Granted, I already tried these both on already, but when I just compared them out of the pack, it was a whole bandwidth at the bottom of a difference, which I would say is about an inch. So if you're worried about short shorts being too short, baby, size up. The fabric is very stretchy, but it is tighter and it digs and cuts in on the thighs in my smaller size. So the medium was just such a better fit for me in the glute space. I also felt like my glutes weren't getting cut off with the contour because it's a thicker ribbed material, and then it's like a looser, smoother fabric in like the booty cheek area. In the size small, I felt like my glutes were being cut off by like a third, so it made my glutes kind of look a little bit choppy. I don't know if that's making sense, but the scrunch on the mediums was very, very comfortable. This seam, girl, it hit me right on top of my glutes and made them feel like they were more rounded at the top. And I didn't get any gaping in the size medium, so I think that's worth mentioning if you're also smaller in the waist and then bigger in your thigh area. Even in the medium, I didn't feel like it was cutting in or digging into my thighs. And I also did a squat test on the mediums, and I didn't find that they were rolling up. However, I felt like they wanted to kind of shift up a little bit. So just keep that in mind. And then the waistband difference on these two sizes that I have, again, I tried these on, is about, I would say like an inch, give or so an inch. But I'm really happy because I thought these were going to be short, but then I was like, wait, there's actually more fabric here to play with, and I felt comfortable wearing them. So I wanted to kind of show you guys this comparison before I do return these. The colors that they have for this Amazon seller, which I'll link below, are stunning. The material, which I was very shocked about, I thought it would have like a slippery feel. It's actually like a matte fabric. I would say if you are a fan of the seamless materials like an Amplify, like an OG Amplify where it was a little bit more gritty, that matte has some sound to it, you know, has a little bit of sound when you rub on it. It's kind of the same feel to me. Just imagine the OG Amplify if it was a little bit thicker and stretchy. So I think if you're a fan of Honor Active effortless seamless fabrics with a ribbed waistband, a scrunch, you are going to be obsessed with these $20 Amazon shorts. I think these have to be some of my favorites, dare I say. These and my Gymshark Adapt Safari are a close tie. Girl, look at this color on my skin tone. For something being so light and in a tighter fit, I don't think this is sheer. Granted, I'm not going to squat in these because one, I'm taking them back, and two, I feel like there's too much tension on the scrunch in a smaller size. Not even like I sized down, but again, I'm in between. The waist actually fits me more snatched than the medium. I don't get gaping in the medium, which I'll show you guys, but I love how the waist fits me. I hate how it fits me in the small on the thighs. I hate how I lose a lot of length in the thigh area. Like an extra inch makes a huge difference, and you can see the texture difference on the glutes versus the thigh area, which is compressing and kind of lifting. So I feel like this is kind of chopping off my glutes a little bit and scooping a little bit too high when my glutes are like down here. And I don't like how my under booty meat is being squished like a sausage. So now that I'm actually looking in the viewfinder, I can see a little outline here. This is a mesh panel. I don't know, we're gonna have to see when I edit, but the scrunch is just too tight. So I think going with your bigger size or sizing up is gonna give you more material to have that scrunch sit where it's supposed to sit, because this is just not it. Like it's too tight, and it's making my thighs kind of bulge because it's pressing more of my thigh meat down, if that makes sense. So it's going to give you chafing. So disregard the fact that it kind of looks like a shadow from my underwear down here. I think going to my normal size medium for this would help with this sheerness, and also wearing an underwear that's a little bit lighter because the ones I have are kind of dark. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, I don't have CT issues, and this is probably one of the most unique waistbands because it also scoops down, similar to like Gymshark's Sweat Seamless, where it actually kind of hits our lower belly problems. So I really like that, and I also think this is one of the waistbands that I've never had to ever consider rolling down, because this is for the girls with the short torsos. So if that is you, you are short torso girly, congratulations, we now have shorts that are made for us, and we don't have to have longer booty cheeks. Like it literally hits me perfectly. And then that top seam here that kind of rounds out the glutes hits me perfectly at the top of my glutes. in the size small, but also in the medium, which you guys will see. So me just standing here doing some like leg raises, this is rolling up. Size up if in between. So I'm gonna go put on the mediums and show you guys a difference between the inseam and also the way that the scrunch sits. Okay, I have not necessarily adjusted these, but what I was saying, when you pull them up around the scrunch area, because you don't want to add unnecessary tension to the scrunch itself. And you really don't need to pull these into your cheeks. I feel like the scrunch being so wide almost just allows the material to sit exactly where it needs to. And this is the medium. So one, I don't feel like it's, maybe it's the color difference, but I don't really see a lot of a shadow here like I was in the small. But also, guys, this color is stunning. So there's definitely more room on the inseam length where I feel much more comfortable walking around in public in the gym with this short of a short. Also in the rise, the small, if you guys remember in the last clip, it's a low rise, mid rise fit. My belly button is like here. In the small, I didn't find that my belly button was showing. That's just because I have a non-existent torso. However, sizing up definitely gives you a higher bit of a rise, where I feel like this is almost high-waisted fit on me. I wouldn't say that I need to necessarily roll the band, but that's just something to note. It's also just not as tight in the waist. I would say going with your larger size makes it more of a comfortable fit where you can just wear it all day long. You don't have to feel like you need to take them off immediately. So doing some squats and then hitting some squats, there's no gaping in the back. I've seen a lot of the girls do their DFYNE reviews and it gapes really badly in the back on the waistband. These don't do that. They also come perfectly where my glutes actually kind of begin, but if you just situate them proper, you can get that little contour where it's supposed to be. There's like some extra fabric here, but not a ton. But I'd rather have more material to play with and feel comfortable squatting and moving around in the gym without feeling like, oh girl, I might pop the scrunch a little bit. So if you're ever confused about your sizing, just size up, or if in between, go with your larger size. Go true to size if you have smaller thighs. I think that's one big thing to note, because all of this is just really stretchy. It's really here that you have to worry about. But on the medium, you can see how much slack I get. And that just was not the case on the size small. So I think that's really the biggest difference, is the thigh area. Everything else is definitely more forgiving and the waistband is really comfortable. Yeah, these are probably some of my favorite. Nah, these are my favorite Amazon shorts. I don't even think I'm interested to buy the DFYNE ones because these are half the price. Now that you guys have seen a comparison side by side of the small and the medium, hopefully that'll help you decide what sizes you should go for. I just feel like it looks better and fits more comfortably. It's not as sheer like the small, especially in the yellow shade. When I went up to my bigger size, it just depends, like, do you want a really snatched, snug fit? Do you not mind sheerness as much? Do you not have as big of glutes? Are your thighs a little bit smaller? Like, it just depends on your personal preferences. So for me, I felt more comfortable and I felt like the shorts actually flattered my booty and my thighs a lot better with the way that the contour kind of sat. I think it's very clear that you could see the small was kind of chopping off my glutes because I had bigger glutes. Yes, finally been building them in the freaking gym for 4 years. It's about time, okay? But I felt like my glutes were getting cut off on the small, whereas going up to the medium, the contour was really able to sit fully underneath my glutes. So I would say all of these colors fit very consistently. Like when I tried them on and did the squat test, all the same except for this darker blue. It's such a beautiful, vibrant, royal blue. It pops. If you have dark skin or brown skin, cop this color. But I don't know if it was like an inconsistency thing, because when I measured it, these came up to be shorter on the inseam. They're all mediums here. Mind you, I've returned the size small in the yellow and reordered it in a medium because that's what I preferred. But Anyway, these came up shorter in the inseam and wider on the waistband. They almost look like they were worn already in the waistband, like stretched out by at least half of an inch. And they were half an inch shorter on the inseam. And I like a little bit more length. They're already 4.5 inches. And when I sized up, I noticed I got more length, which is good too. So definitely keep that in mind if you want some more material to play with and you don't want booty cheek shorts, then maybe possibly consider sizing up. They're very stretchy, so I don't feel like it's going to make that big of a difference. But these also sat a little bit lower on my waist where I felt like my belly button is probably going to pop out. So I think I'm going to return these because they're very short. They're all mediums, but this one was the only color that shipped in a different package than the rest, and the fit was just a little bit off. So I wanted to note that, but all these other beautiful colors, they're all stunning colors, fit the same. But let's talk about the details of these shorts because I've never had anything like this in my collection. Mind you, I'm not a shorts girl. I'm typically someone that prefers a biker. So I think for me, a comfortable length honestly would be 6 inches. I could do 5 depending on the stretchiness of the material and the makeup of the material, right? Like, does it stretch around the thighs, for example? Because I don't do chafing, okay? We don't do that. We don't enjoy that. But I felt very comfortable training in this length of a short, so definitely keep that in mind. I'll insert some clips of me doing leg day in these shorts, and I had enough material where they weren't rolling on me. They didn't really roll as much as maybe they hiked up. I think there's a huge difference. Alphalete Amplify, for example, is very thin, so it rolls and then it turns into a diaper. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This is a thicker material, so I found it to really stay in place a lot better, and it was tight, so the fit was just phenomenal on me. There's some lint on here, so I gotta get that out. But yes, the length is said to be 4.5 inches, so definitely keep that in mind. It has a similar waistband to an Amplify in the sense that it has 3 different tiers of compression and ribbing. I love this waistband not only because it is made mid-waist. I wouldn't say it's a low-rise fit for the Amazon at all. So I appreciate that, being that it covers my belly button, but I also feel that it stayed put during my workout. I was squatting, I was doing split squats, like my leg was flipping around, doing a whole lot. And I didn't feel like I needed to adjust the waistband at all. Even going with my size medium, it's a very comfortable fit. I don't feel like it's too tight and squeezing me or making me feel like, oh, I need to go home and take these off because it's suffocation. I didn't experience that at all. So very good stretch retention in the waistband. And then the back is where everything just pops off. There's a thicker seam at the top, which if you have shorter glutes, these are also made for you. I have glutes that are kind of short, so if there's a scrunch or seams that sit too high up, it almost makes my butt look long and kind of flat and not so flattering. So with this thicker seam, it dips down like a little heart shape. I don't know what they did with this, but it just outlines the upper glutes and makes you look like you have a shelf. And then the bottom of the thigh has like this rib detail, so it kind of contours underneath your glutes and gives you an under booty, so it kind of just compresses ever so slightly. Again, with a medium I sized up, it's not as tight as the smalls were, and being that it is shorter inseam with a size down, it, in my opinion, wasn't as flattering. Like, I feel like you need more material to really give you that shelf and that lift, otherwise it's just kind of digging in underneath your booty cheek, and I personally don't feel comfortable in that. I personally don't like that on me. To each their own. I need some extra material to kind of work with. So with the ribbing down here and then this pocket material where your booty cheeks kind of sit into is smooth. So it's smooth here and then ribbed and textured underneath the glutes. It allows your booty cheeks to kind of just sit in and create this natural shelf without having to do too much with the scrunch. The scrunch is a little bit bigger. It's a lot wider. I know it's hard to tell on this colorway, so let me show you guys on here. Ew, that's throwing off my lighting. I'm sorry. The scrunch is wider, so I would say it's about 1/2 inch thick. And it does look a little bit scary, but something about the scrunch paired with the smoothness of the booty cheek material and then the ribbing underneath the glutes makes it look so seamless, where you don't have the scrunchiness of the material around the scrunch itself, which I hate that look when it's very obvious that there's just a bunch of bunching. It's a very seamless, undetectable scrunch, and they did it right with this in the sense that like it's stretchy. So when I was doing my squats, right, I didn't feel the scrunch at all. I want to show you what the inner scrunch looks like so you can see the structure of it, because it's very different than any other scrunch that I have. It's just undetectable. So everything about the back of this short is phenomenal. I wish they did a legging version on Amazon. So if they're watching this video, give us the leggings, please, because this is so freaking flattering on the short torso girlies, the girlies with short glutes, and honestly, if you want to emphasize your booty cheeks, go cop at least one color of these. The color selection, they're all so beautiful and so flattering. I think they're perfect for this time of the year if you want a little pop of color in your activewear like me and you have a ton of neutrals and just boring browns and grays. These will liven up your activewear collection so nicely. So the color selection, phenomenal. Last time I checked, they had a lot in stock, and their sizes actually go from extra small to extra large. Again, depending on how you prefer your stuff to fit, there might be more flexibility depending on if you want to size down or if you want to size up. So definitely keep that in mind. Again, they do recommend sizing up, and I also go along with that recommendation. So I really like everything about this. They also claim to be squat proof. And when I read that, I was like, yeah, right, you're playing in my face. Because how is a color this light? Oh, look, it's giving Silver Sky from Outfleet. Cute outfit combo. I was like, that is definitely not going to be squat proof. I was really hesitant to order colors like yellow and especially this light pink. That's why I only picked up 2 colors initially. But when I did my small, my medium comparison, I quickly realized that sizing up allows for the material to be not as sheer. I couldn't really see my underwear through the small in the yellow, but I noticed that when I tried the mediums on, they were 100% squat proof when I was doing a squat test in the mirror. So sizing up will definitely help counteract any sheerness that you might be worried about, but also the type of underwear that you guys choose to wear. This is the only brand of underwear I wear, and I've ever worn for like 4 years. And I don't want to show you like crusty underwear. I just bought a whole bunch in bulk, but they do neutral shades. This is pretty much my skin tone. They do 2 different dark browns. They do black. They do some lighter shades as well. So I'll link you guys to this brand because they are the best underwear. It's the only underwear I wear. I'm not going to sit here and say, go commando. I don't know the correlation between everybody in the gym space getting ringworm, but maybe it's linked to the people going commando and sitting on benches, and people are laying on benches and they wonder, why am I getting ringworm on my face? I'm not the one, so I need to wear panties, okay? I need that barrier and that protection for my peace of mind when I'm sitting on equipment, okay? So these have a gusset on them. Like, these are literally new, guys. They have a gusset that helps with sweat, so I didn't experience any sweat stains in any area, and I was doing a heavy leg day in the summertime with no AC in my gym. Okay, I was sweating, but I didn't have crotch sweat, I didn't have sweat. These weren't like wet or drenched or anything. It's a very sweat wicking material. Again, think Honor Active Effortless OG. Very sweat wicking. So definitely recommend picking up a seamless thong. So get like something closer to your own skin tone if you want to wear underwear like me and you want something that is not going to show through even the lightest of shades. So when I do my try on, I have a pair just like that in the same color. You guys will see what that looks like. So every single color was squat proof on me. So definitely recommend the panties, and definitely recommend potentially sizing up if you can, to make sure that you have enough material where it's not going to be overly stretched. I was mostly concerned about the glutes where it's a little bit smoother, but even then it's still thick and wasn't giving me any sheerness. So here's a little punch through of the yellow shade. I'll do this quickly on the thinnest part so you guys can see. And when I was looking at the DFYNE stuff, they looked very sheer. So I was concerned, especially with this color, and it is not sheer. So all of these materials are matte feel and finish, so you're not going to get any shininess or any reflections or anything that even looks like it's sheer. And that's the type of material that I like in my leggings. I feel like when materials that are seamless are shiny, it makes them look very cheap. And these were very affordable. They don't look cheap at all. So with that being said, if you don't care about logos, baby, go ahead and get you a couple pairs of these. Like, this is such a beautiful shade. It reminds me of Nomadic Blue from Outfully. Like, they did not miss with this color selection. And this beautiful mint shade I wore comfortably in the gym. Even the darker colors are squat proof. So as you can tell, they're not shiny, sheer, or see-through, even on the thinnest part of these shorts, which I think makes them very ideal. So this color I would say is very comparable to the DFYNE Electric Blue. This pink is very comparable to the DFYNE Light Rose Pink, and this is very comparable to the DFYNE Iced Mint. I would say this yellow is probably a cross between the DFYNE Peach Sherbet and Mellow Yellow. I was kind of unsure about this because I thought it was going to look like Outfully's Golden Hour, which is not flattering on my skin. So when I tried these on with my little bit of a tan, I was like, wait, that's my favorite color. I needed more yellow in my activewear, and I'm currently obsessed with pinks and yellows, and these two definitely did it for me. So love that. And then I would say the other colors are, this light beige isn't really giving feathered beige. I would say it's giving more of like a silver sky from Outfully, a very icy light gray that you can mix and match with literally anything. So lots of good options there. I think all the colors, they were just spot on with the selection. So I definitely want to give you guys a little bit of a try on right now and show you what they look like on. I think that is why we are all here, because the way that these just give me a very juicy shelf booty flawlessly without me having to like hike up that scrunch in the booty cheeks. Don't put this scrunch deep into the cheeks. Like, you do not need to do that. It is a little bit wider. So if it just sits in there ever so slightly, it's going to really round out your glutes and make them even look bigger without having to wedge it in all the way. So that would be my tip when putting these on. And I do kind of pull them up a little bit more on the inseam just to make sure that the contouring on the back is sitting where it's supposed to, and once it's in place, like, girl, it looks flawless. Like, I don't know, it's just really easy to mold this material on, and it just looks so good.
That is a habit I never had.
So this, as mentioned, is the only pair that I felt fit completely different. So I have a lot of looseness in the band, and that makes sense because when I measured these, they're about ½ an inch longer in width on the waist. They actually also feel shorter on the inseam as well. I don't feel like I have as much coverage. I want to say it was about ½ an inch when I measured it. And let me tell you about short shorts. Baby, ½ an inch can make a world of difference, especially on the glutes. I feel like the length of this fit me just like a size small. I love the color, so that's unfortunate. I feel like it really pops off, and it's definitely squat proof. And then the only other thing is I also feel like it's sitting a little bit lower. Like my waist literally cuts in perfectly on all the other pairs whenever I bent over like this. Usually in other brands, they would kind of flap around and roll down and kind of cut and dig in. These, none of them ever did that, but my belly button is like pretty much stopping at the top of this. Fit on this just isn't for me personally, but all these colors match so nicely with a little light gray top. So just wanted to throw that in. They are still very flattering, but I noticed a little bit of gaping because it's not as snug like the other size mediums. So I just wanted to point that out. As far as all the ones that I've tried so far, they are so freaking flattering. Like, look at the leg definition. Is this what short shorts do? Because baby, I've been missing out. I've been missing out. But it does snatch up still like your back to your glutes if you have short glutes like myself and a short torso, because these are just made for us. And here's just an overlay of all the colors that I have. I love that they have slight variations, like a darker blue, a lighter blue, but still very vibrant. Same thing with these. This one's definitely more aqua. This one's definitely more of a light blue. And then this one back here is just kind of like a seafoam. So there's a color comparison of those three. If I had to pick between these two, I would go with this lighter blue, obviously because the fit on this one was off. And these colors are just all stunning as a whole. As a flat lay, I just went ahead and lined up all of the waistbands. I love the thickness of this waistband. Like, it is just so good. These are all medium, so the length, I definitely felt the most difference in this darker blue here, but the rest of these felt pretty good on. They're not 100% even, especially this one, so maybe avoid that if you don't want super short shorts. And that's the other side of the waistband. Mind you, this is me trying them on after I've been washing them one time. So definitely a little bit inconsistent. I think the most is the darker blue on top. Definitely is a lot wider than the rest, but they were kind of hard to get flat because of the scrunch and that thicker seam in the back that I was touching on, which is just so flattering. Something about this entire fit is everything. The rise of it to this thicker seam at the top of the glutes, like the way that they even structured out the ribbing on the band to just be longer and then kind of taper out, like 10 out of 10 for me, baby. And then the scrunch structure is different than a lot of scrunches up close. If you guys can see, it kind of has a little panel on the outside of the main scrunch, and it gets thicker towards the crotch gusset and then kind of skinnier and then a little bit wider. So I don't know if that's intentional, but it looks very similar to a photo that I got from a YouTube review on the DFYNE shorts. Love the makeup of this scrunch, very unique to things that we've already seen out on the market, and I can see now why they look so flattering on. It's definitely a mix of the different material, how it's smoother here, and then you guys can see some of that texture. I got something on these when I washed them, so disregard that. But you can see this micro ribbing down here. It really does lift the glutes up, and then this smooths it out. I didn't notice any cellulite, at least when I tried them on. And I felt comfortable doing squats. I will include those tests in this video. Since this is so different than an Amplify Amazon legging, I will include squat tests just so you guys could see this thinner material in the glute space, but I just wanted to kind of show an up close look so you guys can see the construction of these shorts and how they did their waistband. I really love these. I think if I had to pick any brand of shorts, like shorts from Amazon that I've reviewed so far or have ever tried, baby, these have my heart. I'm gonna need more colors. Like I said, give us some leggings that are full length for the long leg girls. I'm gonna have to write them an email. Please, we want more. We need more because this is unmatched. So I definitely would run no walk, at least try one pair out. And if you're balling on a budget like me, but you're a gym girl that is obsessed with activewear and you love variety and you just like to try new things, but you want something flattering at the same time that you don't have to worry about in the gym space, these are your girl, okay? And after working out in these, I did not get any pilling. I was on the floor. I was just all over the place, sitting on benches, stretching on turf. And washed them. I hung them up to dry. Like, they look literally brand new. So I think that the wear and tear is going to be very nice over time. I've just never been more obsessed with a freaking short. So I think these truly converted me to short shorts, and I'm not mad about it. I don't know, maybe I was just insecure about my chafing, and I got an anti-chafe stick. Look, I was not playing. I'm like, I'm gonna wear these shorts, okay? We're gonna find a way to wear them. So once I got an anti-chafe stick, and you know, it's summertime, the thigh is gonna touch regardless. So I was perfectly fine in the gym space, and I did cardio in these, but I wore sweatpants because, again, I don't like my thighs to just be rubbing up against each other unless I have bikers, and that's perfectly fine for me. But even doing cardio with sweats, that was perfectly fine. I would do upper body in these. Again, I did legs in these. They're perfectly fine for any workout style, and I think you're gonna just feel confident in them. I felt very confident. I didn't have to fuss with these, and if I had to recommend any colors, I don't know. I'll give you my top three. This yellow, the pink, of course. This is like the prettiest pink. This is what I thought Buff Bunny's pink should have been like. It's giving more purple. I don't know. This is just like the perfect baby pink. And then I would also, honestly, it's a toss-up between this blue, because this would just, it would just give on any skin tone, and this little like beige. I don't know. These are like my top four, okay? I can't pick top three. Top four. Go get you some and tell all your friends, because I'm just trying to put the girls on to save some coins, okay? It's hard out here in these streets, and we shouldn't have to feel like we need to keep up with brand names. I mean, if that's your thing too, like, I get it. I was there once too, where I'm like, I need the newest drops and I need to get all these collections, and I'm not that cool girl if I don't have an Honor Active logo or an Alphalete logo. Who really is checking for logos in the gym? I don't. I really don't care, because I know if I feel good, I look good, I'm confident, I'm focusing on my own workout. And again, I think I've built a substantial amount of activewear where I need to just kind of get things that align with my goals in life right now, and that is still buying what I love but not having to break the bank. I'm sorry, $50 for a pair of shorts, like $70 for a pair of leggings, that's just a little bit ridiculous when I sit and reflect on that, with the quality of these activewear brands kind of declining a little. And I don't know how I feel about spending money on things that pill. Like, that really irks me. I don't know. So I'm more comfortable with this price point, and yeah, again, there's no logo. The DFYNE one actually has too many logos for me personally. That was something that was throwing me off. They have a logo on the front here, and I believe a logo on the back as well, where it actually spells out their name. It's not like a little graphic or something. So I don't know. That one was just a little too much. And even their tops have a ton of logos. But Miss Amazon, the quick shipping, she's gonna give every time. So thumbs up this video if you guys enjoy, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you girls next time. Bye!